tell you where the fish are.
Triple! Get in there!
Tell you where the
That's a
fish
nice
are.
fish.
Yeah, man.
I tell you where the fish are.
Woo!
Make it clear.
Hey everybody, Chris Schaefer with Pautzke Outdoors back here in northern New Mexico. We're at the Chama River for the first time. We didn't expect to be here. We were going to go fish the lower Chama, ended up coming all the way up to Chama, New Mexico to do a little fishing. Why? The water is clear up here. New Mexico Game and Fish has stocked the place for all the campers, all the fishermen and the day users that come up here. We're about an hour from the Colorado border in beautiful mountain water catching rainbow trout. You're going to see us bring Pautzke Fire Bait, Pautzke Silver Label, and Chartreuse garlic salmon eggs today, and in less than an hour and a half, each one of us is going to have a good time catching quick limits and releasing all those fish for you to get. Let's see how we do.
Yo, what's up? Looks like a little rainbow. Look, Pautzke eggs. There he is.
Ooh, nicer one too.
Nice colors too.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we are today fishing on the Chama River, someplace we haven't actually been on Pautzke Outdoors at all. So we wanted to try this out up in northern New Mexico. It's a great water system, limited access as far as a lot of areas, so we wanted to find out where to go, get some locals involved, and kind of pointed us in the right direction. So simple setup today, just trying out the new Pautzke Silver Label salmon eggs. We've had them for a little bit. Most people aren't aware of what they do and how they work, so we wanted to see if they worked in the river system here. Clear water setup. It's been right after major runoff, so the water's fairly clear. Not completely, but it's fairly clear. Simple setup like we've done in a lot of other videos is actually a standard peg float. All we're running to is, since the water's running a little faster, 2 split shots on it to a standard singular egg hook. Basic, easy to do, simple setup. Then throwing it out in different locations across far bank, drifting it off current, inside currents, and actually behind boulders. It's been working great all day. There we go. Pautzke Silver Label salmon eggs.
Again, floating another bank with a nice tree in the water. It's hidden right next to that tree. Here it comes. See another rainbow. That's some nice color to them.
Oh,
There he is.
fish on.
Fish on.
Like clockwork.
Same spot every time. Might be a little bit better.
Boy, they're loving that silver label.
He's fighting like a nice fish.
I think he's the cousin of the other one.
Just a little one. Just another
Oh, catch and release. That's how we like to do it.
Alright, so I'm taking my Silver Label salmon eggs. Now what I'm doing is I'm putting 2 on a hook. Giving it a little bit more look at. And once I get these 2 on the hook, I've been casting on the other side of the stream. There's a nice little slack current over there. There's a tree laying down in the water. There's fish just hanging right around that tree. So that's where I've been hitting every time it's floating that whole tree. They've been hitting just about every cast over there. See if you can get one.
Yep.
Look up again, same spot, from that same tree. These fish like any little cover they can get around. He's just holding himself right in that current there.
A little bit better than the last one, actually.
buddy. Another rainbow. Still floating silver label. There he is. And he's off. Another rainbow. Maybe rainbow. Same tree, same drift, same everything. Yep, another rainbow. Got some fight in him. There he is.
Fish on. Fish on the other side of the bank. Some silver label. Ooh, it's a nice looking rainbow.
This is one of the better ones we've seen so far, actually. That's the biggest one so far. Today's game plan was pretty simple. We were going to show up with chartreuse, garlic, and silver label salmon eggs and catch as many as we could. And as soon as the fish became conditioned to those eggs in that hole, we switched over to fire bait. Now we only used one color of fire bait today. We used chartreuse garlic simply because they hit it so fast that we didn't need to use any other colors. Now, check out what Isaac's doing here. Isaac will actually roll the fire bait into a ball like you do with most dough baits. Then he's got a little handy technique he uses with his hands where he mushes it together, rolls it up, and makes it into like a little worm. And the reason why he does that is it smells like dough bait and looks like a worm in the water, and it was extremely effective today. Today has been a real interesting day for Pautzke Outdoors. You know, we left Santa Fe around 2 o'clock in the afternoon and drove up to the lower Chama River. Unfortunately, it looked like Chama milk instead of a clear river. So we got in the car. Never had any of us been up here before. We drove to Tierra Amarilla, and I'm sure I pronounced that a little bit off, but being from California, that's probably okay. So what we did is we ended up going into the True Value hardware store, and they had tons of Pautzke eggs and talk about what great Pautzke country that it is. So I made a deal with the guy behind the counter. I said, listen buddy, you take me right to where they stock the Chama River, where everybody fishes, and I'll give you 12 jars of Thai Pautzke eggs right now. He looked at his mom, he said, Mom, can I go? She said, sure. He said, sir, you have a deal. So we got in the car, we drove down to the river, and sure enough, we have about an hour and a half light left. And we started fishing Pautzke eggs, and it shows you, if you have the right bait, you can catch fish right away.